Hi, I'm Julia, and I have got a critical reasoning strategy for the GMAT for you today. Let me set the scene. You're doing a strengthen the argument question. You found a choice that sounds great, feels logical, adds support, and it's completely useless. Why? Because it strengthens a slightly different conclusion than the one in the argument. Today, we are zooming in on one of the most common traps in strengthen questions: support for the wrong conclusion. This is one of the GMAT's sneakiest plays. You are going through and reading the stimulus, you understand the premise, and then see a choice that makes perfect sense, except for it reinforces a side point or a background detail or a totally different conclusion from the one you're being asked to evaluate. Here is the key. Every strengthen question is about one conclusion. The correct answer will make that conclusion more likely. If it supports something else, no matter how close or seemingly relevant, it cannot be the best choice. To avoid this trap, try this filter. Underline the conclusion in the argument. Mentally restate the conclusion in your own words. Make sure it's the same and nothing is lost in translation. And ignore any answer choice that strengthens a different idea, no matter how appealing or important it seems. Ask yourself, does this choice make that specific conclusion more likely? Let's look at an example from PTP so I can show you what these trap answers look like. Here we are. Most software companies hire customer service specialists to handle inbound calls from people having trouble using the company's software. Justalt, a tax preparation software company, has its software developers handle these calls. By using this strategy, the company expects to save money in the long run, even though the hourly wages of its software developers are much higher than those of most customer service specialists. Which of the following, if true, provides the strongest confirmation that Justalt's strategy will work as predicted? So our conclusion is that the company expects to save money in the long run. Which of these choices supports that? Let's go through them. A. Justalt receives fewer support calls per customer than other software companies typically receive. This supports a conclusion about Justalt's customer service expense relative to other companies, but that's not the same as the company saving money in the long run. B. Justalt software developers can help customers resolve software issues as quickly as customer service specialists. We know that the developers are paid more than the customer service specialists are, so even if developers do solve problems more quickly, it doesn't seem safe to assume from this alone that it would save Justalt money in the long run. C. Surveys indicate that Justalt receives higher satisfaction ratings for customer support than other software companies. This choice obviously supports the conclusion about customer satisfaction, but that is not what we're concerned with. D. Software developers who handle calls from people having trouble using software gain insights that allow the developers to make future versions of the software easier to use. Since a better user interface could lead to less need for customers to call the support line in the future, choice D explains how this strategy could end up saving money in the long run. So this is our best choice so far. And E, Justalt employs enough software developers to both handle support calls and develop software products. This choice supports a conclusion about the developers having time for both customer service and software development, but it does not address how the company will save money. Also, why do they have so many developers on staff? That seems like it's the opposite of saving money. So best choice is D. When in doubt, go back to the conclusion. Don't get lured by an answer that sounds smart or impressive. It needs to do a very specific job. Strengthen the author's main point. Always identify your conclusion first. Cross out choices that are off topic, even slightly. Though if you're not sure if the choice is off topic, wait to cross it out. And don't be impressed by well-written, seemingly complex, but ultimately misdirected logic. Learning to recognize this common trap will save you so much time on verbal questions. Remember that you're trying to learn how to solve these problems as efficiently as you possibly can. And the better your understanding of the concepts gets, the easier time management will be. Good luck.